Viqueria has been one of the obscure watch brands that we've been reviewing in this channel, but hey, they've been doing some really good stuff back there in Italy. And this time around, they sent us not just one, but two chronographs to review. Are they any good? Well, spoiler alert, they kinda are.
This video is brought to you by Viqueria. Being a 40-year-old man, I'd like to think that I've got it all pretty much figured out when it comes to my personal taste. I like my beer German, my wife singular/Asian, and my watches blue. You're free to call me a bandwagoner, but I could care less than a watch snob's tears. But then Viqueria sent two of their Levantes, and I must say they made me re-examine my life preferences. On my 6¼ inch wrist, this 41 by 46mm chrono has just enough manliness to it, but it won't beat my cuff like chum. It's still nearly 13mm thick, so I'm living off the edge of the plank here when it comes to wearability. This blue dialed racer is a real heartthrob, but then the white model stopped me right off my tracks. It may not seem much now from this angle, but later you'll find out why this white model made me discover something that's in me that I never knew was there. These two models is just one half of a fantastic collection that should put Viqueria on the map as one of the most beautiful micro-brand chronographs available right now. The Levante is quite versatile. It rocks on the 5-link bracelet, but on this leather racing strap, this razor becomes worthy for coastal strolls. Even on a lighter colored NATO, this can still cross the finish line, but most would agree that this NATO belongs in the sea. But then the silver tone steps out to the starting line. This is just a taste of what this variant is capable of. On this equally pleasing sailcloth strap from Artem, this Levante transforms into an elegant roadster ready to drive Clooney to the gala. This is where you'll notice that those blue elements on the dial really matches the blue textured strap. It made me rethink things, like what kind of excuses I could give Viqueria. Sorry Viqueria, my dog ate the white one, so sadly it won't be coming back. Too unrealistic? Or maybe my wife liked it so much that she kept it. But then I remember the last company that tried to get anything back from her does not exist on the map anymore. So let's get back to enjoying this piece while it's here. The Seagull ST19 movement is excellent for its price point. The crown action is smooth and operation is pleasant. There's no date window to worry about, just plain old hours and minutes. The chronograph pushers are very responsive and crisp to activate. There's still a subtle springiness to it, but I'm comparing that against other high-end mechanical chronos, so that's a bit unfair for the Levante. I'm sure that anyone owning this will be happy to play around with this caliber while watching it in action from the display case back. There's a satisfaction in seeing all of those small gears turn with every pump of those pushers. Notice too that this is a swan neck build of the ST19, which is regulated within Viqueria's own atelier. It's a touch of artisanship in the part of the company. Now let's talk about these dials. I can't wait to dive into these small details. Those applied dials are amazing to look at, with the radial finish inside delivering a slight contrast. It's like a totally different realm when viewed against the sunburst finish of this dial. It's an absolute light play wizard. Surely this will be my favorite, or so I thought. But then the Silvertone model changed my whole perception about white-dialed watches. I always thought it's at the bottom of my list, but now I know that it doesn't have to be like that all the time. This glistening dial stuns this spoiled scruffy pirate's heart. As the light catches the surface, it emanates this fine powdery brilliance. And then there are those deep blue hands. This blue seemingly cured treatment is such a beautiful expression. It not just reflects this blue shimmer, but also passes it through its deep shadowy side. This is all framed with a matte blasted texture of the tachymeter bezel. It's the perfect frame that remarkably hides shadows while the rest of the polished surfaces revels in them. Case side, the lugs have this familiar Omega Speedmaster lyre shape. This leads to this curved end links and 5-part link bracelet. The sides are your standard affair of flat brush that's also used for the rest of the band. This bracelet has great articulation and it's equipped with a hidden butterfly clasp. It's not exactly seamless, but I would prefer this over a clasp enclosure for my chronos. I'm happy to report that the butterfly button actions are super responsive. Lastly, it's the Seagull mechanical chronograph. I'll be ironically honest here. pirates lie. So now I'm breaking character to tell you the truth. For those who want a mechanical chronograph under $500, there's practically no other option than Seagull. You'll love the decoration like that first budding crush in 3rd grade. But after a few breakups and experience with more sophisticated calibers, these chromed bridges just looks childish. But there's a lot of value in this caliber. It's affordable and certainly easier to service than other mechanical chronographs. But the ultimate value is, well, in the value of these chronos. The pre-order price is just £289 that opens up in September 16. That's what most automatic non-chronograph movements go for nowadays. I thought I knew myself enough that I'll choose a blue watch 99% of the time. But the Silvertone Levante proved me a fool for having a presumptuous view. But the Italians know a thing or two about making beautiful things. Things that challenge perceptions. Making seemingly reserved designs appear interesting in effortless fashion. Now let me look for more excuses to keep these here.
And that is the Levante from Viqueria. It's one of the more elegantly designed chronographs from this brand, and I think it's a smash hit once it hits the market. And they're offering 4 colors of this new collection, even though I don't know yet the price range they're going to be sold for, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to break the bank. Again, that's the Levante from Viqueria. Here in Designer Notes, you know that I'm a watch pirate. I pirate stuff. I pirate watches. I pirate videos. And this time around, I'm pirating Kunuku Coffee Roasters' own shop. And this is all. This is where all the magic comes from. As you can see, they have their roaster there, and they have their bags. Where is the bag? Our sponsor for this video is Kunuku Coffee Roasters, if it's not so obvious to you as of yet.